everyone, 3 News anchor Leslie Adami here, joined by none other than Chief Meteorologist Alan Holt.
Hey.
Hey.
What are we doing? Hanging out, chit-chatting?
Just normal chit-chat here in the studio. But no, we're here to talk about something a little bittersweet. Obviously, you all know by now, Alan is leaving Channel 3, but you're going somewhere really, really cool. And so let's go ahead and just hop right in there.
Okay.
Is that okay? So we get that out of the way, because I know we're still a little... We're feeling some type of way about it.
You know, the water issue was too much of a thing to overcome, so no, that's not. That's not why. Yeah, that's what everyone's asking.
Talk to us.
Everyone assumes that's why. No, it has nothing to do with that.
Okay, well, I'm glad
making a joke.
Okay, I'm glad you addressed.
Yeah.
Okay, Alan, you're going to Maine, and it is our sister station there, so you're going to stay within the company. That's exciting. News Center, Maine.
Yeah. So, okay, the way it all happened, Maine, lots to unpack. Some of our recruiters with Tegna reached out to me. They said, hey, we have an opportunity. We know that you have family up there. This is what it is. Are you interested? And I said, yeah, I am. You know, we've got Rayleigh, our baby now. Jess and I have Rayleigh, and we don't have any family here. And it's been really hard to raise her without the support of grandparents, you know, my sister, her brother, you know, without that network, and it's just been tough. I love it here. I'm like torn. You know, it's a feeling I've never felt, where I'm on one hand really, really sad to leave everything that we've built here. And then on the other hand, knowing that Rayleigh and Jess are going to be in a place now where we've got all of Jessica's family, half of mine, and they're all right there. So that's really the big thing with this all.
Yeah, and I know you said you're really torn, but you'll never regret putting family first, and you're so blessed to have, we love Jess, we love baby Rayleigh, and like you mentioned, you guys have, you know, ties to Maine.
Big time.
Yeah, so talk to us about the station. What are you going to be doing there? Okay,
at News Center, Maine, I'll be working Monday through Friday in the evening time. I'll be working with a really fantastic team of meteorologists up there. So it's a weekday gig. I'll have the weekends off with, you know, with the family still, and that was one of the draws that, you know, made it something that I want to do. I wouldn't just leave here for anything. It seems like a really good opportunity, a lot of streaming opportunities. That's kind of the way the business is going now, so I'll be focusing on that up there, trading in the warm, spinny things for the cold, spinny things. Hurricanes for blizzards.
That's right.
Nor'easters.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you mentioned the streaming, because you guys, you can still watch Alan. You know, tune in and then you'll know what's happening in Maine.
People have asked about the Facebook page too. That's got, you know, tons of followers on it. It's not like I'm just going to delete that account. I'll still post there regularly. It's just that the posts are going to be for Maine, not South Texas. Yeah, but family stuff, you know, I share that too. So.
And that is the most important. And we're very excited for you in that regard. Sad for us, selfishly, but very happy that this is such a positive, you know, move for you and Rayleigh and Jess.
That's where I met Jess, my wife.
This is so important. Yes, the ice cream shop story.
Yeah, so my dad who's from Maine in my side, my side of the family. He met my mom when he was stationed at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. So that's where I grew up. I've never lived in Maine. We would go up there every summer to visit my dad's side of the family. And in this little town, Ocean Park, Maine, there's a place called the Soda Fountain. That's where I met Jess. I was like 18 years old. Wow. She was probably like 16, 17. Never really interacted with her other than at that soda fountain. Fast forward like a decade and a half later, we finally said, hey, why don't we hang out with each other? And so that's how that story happened, and now we're going back up there. So that's the, you know, the main connection for me personally.
It's kind of full circle in that regard.
It is, especially for Jess. Yeah, really excited for her.
Oh, well, that's really cool. Okay, let's talk about your time here at Channel 3.
Okay.
You're originally from San Antonio. You got to Channel 3 from some time in Wyoming in 2012.
Casper, Wyoming. Home of the Casper Ghosts.
The Ghosts, okay.
I love that, yeah.
Talk to me about that transition from Wyoming to Corpus Christi.
Okay. So I was applying for jobs. I was sending out resume tapes everywhere. I sent it here because I had family, in San Antonio. And Richard Longoria was the news director here, and he said, hey, we're interested in you. We started talking. I remember calling the station trying to get a vibe check, and Jeremy Landers answered the phone. He was the first person I talked to after Richard, from here. And I remember with Richard, if he's watching this, he'll know, kind of played coy with him. I was like, I don't know if I want to go or not. And then he told me, well, we've got another guy, so you need to tell me now. And if you say no now, then you're out. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And so that's how that happened. Signed a contract and moved here.
Wow. And I'm sure in the time that you've been here, 13 years, so much has changed even in just your line of work in forecasting and being a meteorologist. And you've seen a lot. Obviously, you guided this community through some really tough times, tumultuous events like Hurricane Harvey. I know that was
big,
huge.
Yeah. That was probably the hardest storm I've had to cover. The change too, that storm, when I came here out of Wyoming, the digital space wasn't overly saturated the way I feel like it is now. So here we really maxed out all of the streaming capabilities with that storm. I know I was on overnight just trying to answer as many questions as possible. And I was really worried that people were going to die here that night. I remember feeling that feeling of dread. It may have come across, when we were trying to communicate all of this stuff.
That's scary.
It was really scary. And a lot of people, I don't think, appreciate how close Corpus Christi was to utter devastation. I mean, you can see from downtown Corpus Christi to Port Aransas, you can see it. You can see the hotels and stuff there, and that's how close we were to really having a much bigger problem on our hands here. So it was really close with how lucky we were to miss the really impactful part of Harvey. I've become really close to some people through that storm. One of them, his name's Tom Johnstone. I have a golfcation with him every year to this day. He was telling me, he was the meteorologist in charge at the Weather Service office in Corpus Christi, and we talk about it sometimes, and he says, it was a miracle that more people did not die here. It was a miracle. I mean, it was a strong Cat 4 hitting Rockport, Port Aransas, and he, says it's a testament to the way the weather community here put the message out to get out of town with this storm. So from that point of view, that was a really big success to have the low loss of life. It was 4 indirect fatalities. But, hearing him say something like that to me, to know that we were a small part of perhaps saving lives was big.
Yeah, I know that was just such heavy marathon coverage for you guys. I remember I was in Lubbock watching Channel 3's stream. So I was watching you and the anchors and Bill, of course, and because my family's here. And I was like, wow, Channel 3 is on it. So y'all did a tremendous job just keeping families who are away from their, the coastal bend informed. You've also guided us through some really fun stuff too. Jazz Fest, you're very involved with the community.
I love it. I'm gonna miss it.
Serve on so many boards.
Yep, Coastal Bend Bays Foundation. Yep, I'm a trustee there. So that's one of the things that makes this station special is we like being here. We like being out. We're social. We like to help out organizations. Share your Christmas. We used to do the Driscoll Telethon for so many years. All sorts of things. The Jazz Fest. And I feel like you can't really do this job well without investing yourself in the place that you live.
That's very true. It's very, uniquely South Texas.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm curious of what specific South Texas things you'll miss a lot when you're in Maine.
Let me get my list
We're
out.
talking
No,
about
I've got a
HEB
lot.
on the newscast
we
just
did.
a short time ago.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss year-round golf.
Oof, that's tough for you.
It will be. I'll have to get a simulator or something up there. I don't know, or indoor something. I'll miss scrolling through radio stations and hearing Tejano music. It doesn't happen up there. We've YouTube and iTunes and all this, but like on the radio, I'm a big radio guy, so I'll like just when you listen to country music outside of Texas,
what do you
it doesn't
think
feel
is
the
so
same.
different?
It just doesn't feel the same. Like it doesn't hit the right way. I can't explain. You've got to be outside of Texas to like, and you know, like George Strait. You're listening to Amarillo by morning, and you're
different.
up in Maine. It's just not. It doesn't have the same vibe. So I'll miss that. I'll miss the way it feels. The beach, H-E-B.
H-E-B, man.
It's a great store.
Ugh.
Bluebell. They don't have Bluebell up there.
Wow.
It's
really?
different. I mean, it's great ice cream up there, but they don't have Bluebell, so I'll miss that. I remember going up there as a kid, and they didn't know what Big Red was.
No,
I know.
no.
I know. So
okay.
I'll miss all the fall events, the festival season, all my friends, this place. I'm gonna miss Channel 3 a lot. People, it's just the people here are friends. I'll miss it. I'll miss here, this building, these people. It seems like we always hire the best people for this job, this building all the time. Like we never really have drama in here.
We genuinely really all treasure
Like
and
the family
value each
dinner.
other. The family dinner.
We just went out to that.
I know. It'll
Like
be
the
very
whole
weird
station
hosting
went?
that without
No,
you.
You're already, she's
but,
taken it over already, yeah.
It's going to be different moving forward. Things like that without you.
Well, I always tell people it's like high school. When the seniors graduate, the seniors all think, oh, they're going to be so bad when we're gone. And then the next year, all of a sudden, everything's just as good,
The
if not
13th
better.
year senior.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have to talk about the Holt Cult.
Oh, the Holt Cult.
The Holt Cult. Okay, so, you know, I guess there was a San Antonio publication that went out.
Yeah.
And the headline said something about like South Texas meteorologists with cult
Yeah.
following.
I know, I was like,
I was like,
okay,
oh,
yeah.
I got a lot of screenshots that got sent to me. I was like, no, you guys, like, this is a thing down here.
It's
it only makes sense down here, and it's a very positive thing, and because you're so beloved in our community. And so, in this camera right here, whatever words you'd like to share with the Holt Cult.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Holt Cult, I don't know why it's a thing. I don't know what year it started. Maybe 2015, 16, 17. Maybe it was Harvey. I call these my Harvey hairs. The gray ones on the beard. There's more of them now. But I think that more than just the Holt Cult, it's the Coastal Bend, the people that watch us and interact with us and comment on Facebook and just, you know, are a part of our lives too. The thing that has struck me the most about it is the fact that you let me be me and have fun and say bad jokes and, you know, laugh and do all these things and post about my family and post about where I'm going on this trip and talk about weather the way I want to talk about it. Like there's no such thing as a cool front. They're all cold fronts. And you just let me be me. And it's something that I think is going to propel me. It propels all of our team. Whenever we get new meteorologists in here, I tell them, hey, the best piece of advice I can give you is to just be yourself, because there's not anyone that's going to be able to do that better than you. And I tell them that knowing full well that the Holt Cult, the Coastal Bend, you have allowed me to do that. And I think that that's one of the things that we should all try to be, is ourselves, right? That's why, like, I think the phrase "you do you" is a thing.
You do you, period.
I could have just said that.
You know, in the time that you've been here, you know, you've also checked off some incredible milestones. I know you and Jess did not get married here, but this is also, you know.
Yeah.
You made your life here.
We got married in Maine.
Yeah.
Well, it was at my parents', like at their, I guess, retirement home.
Yeah.
I told her when we were trying to figure all this out, I didn't want to get married in a place that I couldn't go back to. And so that's why we did it there.
That's
it was
really
all,
cool.
I mean, so yeah, we can go back there. We can stand in the place that we said I do. And, you know, that'll always be a thing. So yeah, what were we talking about?
special moments that you've shared here.
Yes, but so I became married here.
Maine.
Yeah.
But you guys made your lives here.
Rayleigh's birth
Rayleigh,
certificate will always say
Corpus Christi.
So these things like tie me, to this area forever.
And I have to ask, where does the Holt in 1 at the Rockport Country Club rank and all this?
It's come down the list. Right after it happened, it was pretty high. But Rayleigh being born, it's above it.
For sure.
Rudy was there, Remy was there, Barbie was there.
That's one
Bea
of
was
Remy's
there.
core memories
Really?
with y'all. He's like, Bea running to the hole to verify.
Don't pull the ball out. Don't pull the ball out. We were like, running up there. Ernie was there.
Ernie?
Yeah, so, fun times. I've only got one, hopefully many more, but one's
to come.
enough.
More to come in a new chapter
Who knows?
in Maine.
Yeah.
You've been obviously such a good co-anchor and a good colleague and an awesome friend, but more than that, your family. And you'll always have a home here at Channel 3 and Corpus Christi, and so many people here that love you.
One of the best things, at least in the last 4 to 5 years, was getting the chance to lead a team. So Carly, Kristen, Hope, Faith, who's now up in Waco, thriving, seeing how they have all started to grow so much. When you start seeing the personalities come out and flourish and thrive here, even though I'm a very small part of that mentoring aspect of being more of a leader in the newsroom has really been cool to see how all of them have progressed. And I will miss that. I won't be the chief up in Maine. So I'll be just, on the team, love the position I've got. But that part in particular has meant a lot to me, more than I thought it would when I took on that role. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they go.
They're going to be great.
Yeah,
they're already so wonderful, and you've been such a great mentor. And me and Mike will be here at the desk, and we'll hear you still teaching.
Giggling back there.
Giggling.
A lot of laughing.
The Mets.
Yeah.
A lot of laughing that happens behind the scenes. It was in 2021 when you became chief. 21,
spring of 2020 was when Bill left. Learned a lot from Bill. The legacies here, Channel 3, you got Vesey, Charlie St. John, Tom Nix. Those are the three, I think, big ones. Joe Gazin, Rudy, obviously. Katia, there's been some long-time anchors. Your name's starting to go up there. Dan McReynolds, Chris Thomason, Bill Churchwell, Michael, all these people. There's a reason people stay here for as long as they do. The market is small by number, but the quality of work and the talented people that work here far exceed that number. And I don't think people realize, just how solid the people that work here are.
You've been in other newsrooms. I've been in a couple of other ones, and there's something certainly very, very unique and special here that we have at Channel 3. And you've been such a huge part of that too.
It's been fantastic. Now, who's going to make fun of you when you start to stumble on the air? We just have little cues, like maybe someone has a thing and...
Everyone else is really gentle with each other whenever we mess up. Alan can be a...
No, it's fun, right? Isn't it?
It's so funny, but that's what happens whenever we start giggling on the air. It's usually because there's shenanigans going on.
It happens. I don't know if that's the same in other newsrooms.
Yeah.
The antics. We're giving away all of our secrets now.
But now you guys know. If you're watching this now, you have some special intel as to what happens here at Channel 3 behind the scenes. And so are you going to do that with your... You're going to feel them out first, I'm sure.
Probably not right away. I mean, you've got to start to get to know people.
Right, you can't just out the gate.
No, you give them 10% at first, and then you gradually up the percentage as they reciprocate.
You'll show you're weird later.
It might come, sometimes it slips.
It
slips,
Well, this has been great. This has been very bittersweet. I cannot believe that in 1 year I've done this now with Rudy, and I'm doing it with you.
Joe Gazin?
Joe was a few years ago now.
It's been a few big names in a 5-year period.
Yes, we will, as a station, we'll continue to ride this wave together. But we do so in wishing you and Jess and baby Ray the absolute best, because we all love y'all so very much. But
thank you,
thank you for everything.
Thank
but
you.
I know it's not goodbye.
No.
It's see you later.
That's the digital thing, yeah. We'll always be around.
Are we good?
Are we?
I think we're good.
I think we're good, yeah.
All right, that's a wrap.
Deep in the heart of Texas, reminds me of the one I love. Deep in the heart of Texas.